All right, let's do some practice of identifying like terms, shall we? All right, first of all, 3x and 2x, are they like terms? Well, they both have an x and nothing more. So they are like terms. 3a and 3b, well, they have the same number, but that doesn't matter to me. I'm looking at the pronumerals. And because it's an A and a B, they're not the same. So this is not like terms. Next, I have 2AB and 5BA. Well, I've got an A and a B on both sides, and the order of the letters doesn't matter. So they must be like terms. I've got 4K and K. Well, I've got a K on both sides. The numbers don't matter. So they must be like terms. 2A and 4AB. Well, I've got an A on both sides, but one side has a B and the other side doesn't. So that's not the same. And then lastly, I've got 7AB and 9ABA. Ooh, now this is tricky because they both have the same letters, but are they exactly the same? No, because this side only has one A and this side has two A's. So they are actually different, meaning they are not like terms. All right, now you try identify if these are like terms. Let's quickly go through the answers. I have an X and a Y, two different letters. They are not like terms. I have 7A and 9A. They're both just an A by himself. The numbers don't matter. And so therefore, they are like terms. Next, I have 3XY and 4XYX. Same as that other one. They both have the same letters, but one side has more X's, which means they're not like terms. I've got a J and a J. They're the same. All right, 8BC and 9CB. Well, they both have a B, one of them, and they both have a C, one of them. So they're alike. It doesn't matter that they're in different order. Lastly, I've got 9PQ and 10P. Well, they've both got a P, but they don't both have a Q. So they are not like terms. Now let's have a go at actually identifying those like terms and then simplifying them by adding or subtracting. So first I've got 7B plus 2 plus 3B. So my first step is always to write out the question. My next step, and I really recommend doing this, is I like to take a highlighter or colored pencils and underline things that are the same. So here I've got B's and here's a B. Anything else that's the same? No. Then what I do is I work through them, adding them up together. I've got to write an equal sign, and I've got a 7B and a plus 3B, remembering that sign. And then once I know my letter, I just have to focus on the numbers. So 7 plus 3 is 10. And my letter is B. Then what I have to do is write out anything that's left over, which is my 2. So there, I've simplified that expression from 7B plus 2 plus 3B to 10B plus 2. Let's try the next one. First step, write out the question. And I take a pen and I highlight things that are the same. And now in this case, they're all the same. So I'm going to take it one step at a time. First thing I'm going to do is 12D take 4D. So 12 take 4. 12 take 4 is 8. And then I write out anything else. Now these two are the same, so I need to figure out 8D plus D. Now remember that D has an invisible 1 in front of it, and there's only one of them there. So 8 plus 1 is 9D. Let's do C. 5 plus 12A plus 4B take 2 take 3A. Now this is a good example. I'm going to highlight all my things with A's in purple. All of my things with B's, oh there's only one B. And then I also have some constants here. I've got a 5 and I've got a -2. I can add them up as well, just like normal. So my constant comes first, so that's what I'm going to do first. So I've got 5, and then I've got to take 2. 5 take 2 is 3. And then I only like to do it one step at a time because that's just how my brain works. So I just write out everything else that's left over. You could do 2 at one time, but probably don't do more than 2 because you need to show you're working out and your teacher won't be able to see where you got your things from. Now I've got 12a, take 3a. Well, 12 take 3 is 9a. And then what's left over? 4b. And I always like to just check at the end, do I have anything else that I need to simplify? Nope, I've just got an a, a b, and a constant by itself. All right, let's do D. 13a plus 8b plus 2a, take 5b, take 4a. All right, I've got an A, an A, and an A. And then over here, I've got a B and a B. So I'm going to do the A's first. Now I've got 13a plus 2a. 13 plus 2 is 15. And then I'm taking 4a. 15 take 4 is 11. So I've got 11a. Now I'm going to do my B's. My B is 8b take 5b. 8 take 5 is 3. Now I check, can I simplify that anymore? A and B? No, they're not like terms. All right, my last one is E. Let's see if I can fit this in. 12uv plus 7v take 3uv plus 3v. Now make sure that when you're writing it, you can tell your difference between your u's and your v's. Now I've got to find things that are exactly the same. Well, I've got 12uv and 3uv, and then I've got a v here and a v here. So let's go 12uv and take away 3uv. 12 take 3 is 9. 9uv plus 7v plus 3v. Now I've got my v's that are the same, and I've got 7v plus 3v. 7 plus 3 is 10. And I can't simplify that anymore because it's uv and v. So that's done. All right, you have a go trying to simplify some of these. Let's quickly check these answers. I have 3a plus 4 plus 12a. So I've got 2 a's there. 3a plus 12a equals 15a and a 4 left over. B, 10q plus 3q take 9q. Now they're all q's. So 10q plus 3q is 13q. And 13q take 9q is 4q. C, 4x plus 13y plus 2x plus 3 plus 5y. I've got some x's here, and I've also got some y's and a 3 by itself. I'll do the x's first. 4x plus 2x is 6x. I then need to write everything else that's left over. And now I'll do my y's. 13y plus 5y is 18y. And checking x, y constant, none of them are like terms. So that's as simple as it gets. D, 9a plus 4b, take 3a, take 3b plus a. I've got some a's and I've got some b's. Now, I'm doing my a's first. 9a take 3a. 9 take 3 is 6. And then I've got one more a plus. 6 plus 1 is 7a. Then I've got my b's. 4b take 3b. 4 take 3 is 1. 1b. I don't have to write the 1, so I can just write b. Last question. 10uv plus 3u take 2uv. Oh, 10vu. Plus 7u plus 2v. Now I've got my uv's here, and then I've got some u's and a v by itself. So I've got 10uv take 2vu. V and u and u and v are the same. So 10 take 2 is 8. And I'm going to put it in alphabetical order. Then I've got to write everything else. Now, 3u plus 7u, that's 10u. And 2v left over. Now I'm checking uv, u, and v. None of them are the same. None of them are like terms. So that's as simple as I'm going to get. All right, I hope you can now see that if you look at two terms, you can decide whether or not they're like terms by checking if the pronumerals are exactly the same. Once you have identified that they are like terms, I hope you can tell how to add or subtract their coefficients in order to make your expression simpler. I'll leave you with a picture of my puppies who are bone obsessed and can stare at anything for ages as long as I put food on it.